everybody, it's Alice from Whistlebare, Farmer in a Frock, to those of you that know. We are fresh back from our holidays. We go on holiday at Easter every year, and it's a little bit complicated because Easter is a very busy time of year. Not only do we have Edinburgh Yarn Festival in March, and then straight after that we have to get all of our goats shorn because at the end of April they start kidding. And then there is another complication on top of that, because before our main herd of Angora goats start kidding, we have a very small herd, a herd of 4 dairy goats, and they have to kid too because we keep our dairy goats in order to have lots of lovely fresh goat's milk to give to, well, to us, because we love it, we drink it in the house, but also to give to any goat kids that need extra milk. Angora goats in particular aren't really supposed to have triplets. They generally don't have enough milk or enough strength actually to rear 3. And for some reason, quite a lot of our Angoras do have triplets. So we like to make sure we've got plenty of nice fresh goat's milk to be able to top up any Angoras that need it. Luckily, our dairy goats are really prolific and they can easily produce enough milk, not only for their own kids, but for extras as well. So it's very exciting because just down here, can we see? Oh, not quite. There we are. This is the lovely Misha. And Misha is a Pure Saanen. Hang on, I'm going to get in a better position. Misha is a Pure Saanen, and she's from a very, very milky line, and she produces lots and lots of lovely goat's milk. And this morning, she has produced these 2 beautiful kids. It's a little boy and a little girl. Now, I'm gonna stop and I'm going to turn the camera around. Hold on. So there she is. That's her little boy with his back to us. His leg looks a bit crooked there. Actually, his leg is absolutely fine. He's just standing in a slightly odd manner. And these kids are literally less than an hour old. And you may or may not be able to see there, but Misha is doing something quite gruesome, and that is she's actually eating the afterbirth, which possibly, I don't know how appropriate that is to show on video, but the fact is that's really, really good for her. It's packed full of iron and all sorts of other nutrients, and it really gives her a boost after she's kidded if she eats the afterbirth. Most of the goats do it, not all of the goats. Those that don't, obviously, we just clear it away. But if she wants to eat it, I'm not going to stop her because it's a natural process and we like to make things as natural as possible for all our animals here. Now, hopefully, the little girl kid is going to appear in a second, or maybe the little boy kid might turn around. Hey, everybody. If not, I'll leave them be for a little while. Oh, there she is, look. She's just sneaking in for a bit of milk, maybe. Are you going to? Oh, can't quite see. Let's see. Ah, there she is. What a clever little girl. I beg your pardon, I think I've got this backwards. I think that's the little boy, and I think it's the little girl who's got her back to us. I don't want to get in too close and interfere too much. Obviously, we've already checked the kids over, and we've put iodine on their navels and things to stop them getting infections. But then I want to leave them alone as much as possible so they can bond with their mum and get that first milk, which is colostrum, which is so important because that's where they get all their resistance to illness and diseases and their first boost. Yes, no, that is the little girl there. It's just laying down. And it's the little boy who's having his milk. Now, I'm very pleased to see that because I've seen the little girl feed, but I hadn't yet seen the little boy feed. So you possibly can't see it on camera, but his face is covered in milk. Misha is a wonderful goat. She's a lovely, gentle girl, and she produces loads of milk. She's going to be producing us it'll take about 3 weeks for the milk to really build up. I will be milking her twice a day, and it'll be 4 litres a day each milking. But to begin with, she'll be feeding her kids as well, so we won't get nearly that much. We'll really get the milk when the kids are old enough and I've taken them off her, which we don't do at birth or at even a few days old. We let her rear the kids until they're 6 weeks or so, at which time they are old enough to eat solid food. So we take them off then, and then we have lots of lovely goat's milk. Oh, Misha, you're a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. Here he comes. There he is, isn't he lovely? So these kids are half Saanen and half Angora, because we put our dairy goats to our Angora bucks, as those are the ones we've got on site. Eventually we will look into getting a dairy buck to breed replacements, but my 4 girls at the moment are all we need. Good boy. So we'll be seeing plenty more of these over the next few weeks. I'm sorry for the light in here. Suddenly it's all a bit gloomy, and that's because it's actually 8 o'clock in the evening. It could even be 8:30 in the evening. And I am in the dairy. So there's beastly strip lights up above, so that's giving the lighting. But I thought you might want to see this because today is a special day, because today is our first day of milking. Well, first evening. I showed you earlier Misha's beautiful twins, little boy and little girl, and since then actually the lovely Ella has also kidded, and she has also had a little boy and a little girl. So 2 of our dairy goats have now got their babies all ready for this year, and they both did it all by themselves, no assistance from me, so they're very clever girls. Anyway, it does mean that I need to start milking them just a tiny bit for now. Both of them, though, seem to be feeding their kids, both kids, off one side of their udder. So this evening, I'm just going to milk one side to even them up a little bit. And also, particularly with Ella, the milk coming will still be colostrum, so I'll be able to put that in the freezer, ready for any other newborn babies that need that very special first milk. It's by far the most important thing. In the first 6 hours of their birth, they must have some really good colostrum, and the best colostrum, of course, for a baby goat comes from a mummy goat. So I'm very pleased that the 4 babies we've had born in the last 48 hours have all had lots of colostrum from their mums, and hopefully there's going to be plenty of colostrum left over for me to keep in the freezer in case we have another little kid in the next few weeks who needs a bit of help. So here is my trusty milking bucket. This bucket and I will be out here in the dairy twice a day, every day for at least the next 7 or 8 months, because even once the kids don't need the milk, we love it in the house. My dairy goats actually are very, very good milkers, and I could milk them through for 2 years, but I milk by hand, and it's a big commitment, it's very tiring, it's quite hard work, and I tend to run out of energy for it after 7 or 8 months, and I generally dry the girls off so they can have a little bit of a break, and I can also have a break before we have to get going again for the next round of kids. Anyway, let's get on with the milking. So here is lovely Misha. Can we see her face? You can almost see her face up on the milking stand behind me, just tucking into a little bit of tea, and while she eats that, I am going to milk her a little bit. Now, can I show you this? Here we are. Yes, you can see. Look, this side of her udder is huge. So I'm going to have to milk that off a little bit, whereas the other side has been well and truly guzzled by her kids. So I need to milk this side off to make them both equal. Now, I didn't think of this, actually. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the camera to show you the milking. I'll have to see what I can work out. Okay, here goes. And here's the lovely Hannah. She's just peering round from the stable that she shares with Misha here, just wanting to see what's going on, wondering whether it's her turn on the milking stand yet. She probably hasn't worked out that she's not actually being milked yet, but I think she is probably hoping for some food. Misha's being very noisy with her dinner. That's what the rattling is going on behind. Misha eating up. Hello, Han. Have you got a thought to share with us today? I think not. Oh, bye-bye. Quick look at how Misha's going. Look at all this milk. Absolutely amazing. She's only been lactating for 48 hours now, and this is just one side, and there's masses of it. She's a lovely goat, Misha. So I'm back in the house now in our utility room, which is also, as you can probably see, my dye shed, and it also has the washing machines in, so there's all sorts of washing and things going on in here. But there is a sink, there you are, and this is a filter into the smallest of my milk churns, and I'm just going to filter Misha's lovely milk, and then I will set it to cool, and we will be having lashings of beautiful goat milk with our breakfast.